Engage all defenses and get this man a shield.
Fun isn't something one considers when balancing the universe. But this does put a smile on my face.
Hi, to all our Weibo fans, we are here finally to answer your questions. Sorry, it took a little while, but we're hard at work on these movies, and we need a minute.
We're here on set right now, and
We've got our questions. All right, we're going to start with Perot11 asks, could you guys each pick a character that you personally feel most excited about revealing his or her character development to us in the film? Without spoilers, can we know why you made this pick? Okay, I'm going to start with Thanos. I'm most excited for the audience to learn about him. I think he's a very interesting and complex villain. That's why I like him. That's why I'm excited for the audience to learn about him. I think his motivations, albeit psychotic, are compelling. And I think that this, in a lot of ways, is his movie. So it's going to be very interesting to see how people respond to Thanos in the film.
yeah, this is great. I'm going to pick Thor because Thor, we're picking up his story from the end of Thor Ragnarok, and at the end of that film, as any fan would know, his home planet Asgard is destroyed, and so the character is in new territory, so to speak, because his past has been torn away from him to a degree, and I think that was very similar to Captain America's situation when we picked up his story in Winter Soldier. When Joe and I came on to do our first movie for Marvel, Cap was in a place where we were very much catching him up in the modern world, and seeing what that meant to him, and figuring out how you move a character that far forward and that far away from where they started back during the 40s. So I think Thor, we have similar opportunities with that character in this movie, is that he's gone through a radical transformation and he's moving forward in a way where he can never go back, and that's always a fun place to be with a character as a storyteller.
Great. So Moni asks, how do you define the hero's fate or destiny? If there has to be sacrifice, how will you, Papas, get us to accept it? All right, well, I don't know about getting you to accept it, but I will say this. We love being told good stories, and we love telling good stories. And all of our energy and our effort and our thought and our passion goes into telling the best story that we can. And for us, the best stories have stakes. Characters have to make sacrifices, to really feel the true emotion and the hero's journey. They have to go through trials, and those trials can cost them something. And so for us, it's very important that the heroes feel pain and that they make sacrifices, because I think that not only is it great storytelling, but it also is inspiring. And I think we need a lot of inspiration in this world right now. So I think, for us, I don't know that if we can ever get you to accept it, but I promise you this, we'll do our damnedest to tell you the best story possible, and what you do with it from there is up to you. Okay, we got our last one here, Anth. Bucky's new arm is super cool. Where's the inspiration come from?
Okay, well, this is not a spoiler by me answering this question, because
It's in the trailer.
We know it's in the trailer, but also for everyone who's seen Captain America Civil War, they know that Bucky was taken in by T'Challa in Wakanda, and so I think we catch back up with him after he's been there for a while, and if there is an influence on his arm, it may perhaps have to do with that country that he's been spending time in.
So that's it. We really appreciate your questions. There were a ton of great questions. It took us a while to sift through them and find a few that we wanted to answer that wouldn't give away spoilers. We're winding down here on Avengers 4. We're almost done, and we're going to get in the room on Avengers 3, and hopefully we're going to deliver you guys a great movie in a couple of months here. So thanks again. Thanks for supporting, and we'll talk to you soon.
Happy New Year, everybody. So the Russos are shutting the year down by dropping some new Infinity War, talking about some of the characters' new armor, where they pick up. And a lot of you have been asking me about particularly Captain America because he has the new Black Panther armor and technology, as well as Thor's stuff. So I wanted to focus more on Captain America, but I'll address all the points that the Russos were talking about, like they say that they're shutting down on Avengers 4. Like they did this Q&A from the set of Avengers 4. They finished filming that in January, but like Spider-Man, Thor, Captain America, Iron Man, they're all still filming scenes. There's still a bunch of stuff that's still going on right up until the last day, and that doesn't include any of the post-production. But because this is just the tip of the iceberg and a bunch of stuff is getting ready to drop, be sure to subscribe to get everything. There's an Infinity Gauntlet giveaway that's going on. I'll explain at the end of the video. So Captain America being granted Black Panther's boon, get that man a shield, engage all defenses, then you see him running in the trailer with a couple of Panther gauntlets that look like they're taken right off of Black Panther's old costume. The really cool thing is that because we have all this Black Panther that's dropping, we have the footage of Shuri coming out as Killmonger's getting ready to throw down. His costume starts forming around him. You see Shuri bring her Panther gauntlets up, but you don't get to see what they do just because they haven't finished the CG on that. The whole idea is they're like a supercharged version of the new energy costume that Black Panther himself is wearing, which we know absorbs energy and helps him redirect it when he chooses to. So he can give off energy pulses. Shuri can do the same thing, but her Panther gauntlets are way more hardcore than the ones that Black Panther himself is wearing. She saves all the coolest Black Panther tech for herself. So that's pretty much what's going on with Captain America's Black Panther gauntlets, is that they absorb energy, so when he's fighting the Outriders here, like this giant army of CG villains, he has the standard vibranium claws, so he'll be able to rip through the Outriders, but also those gauntlets will absorb force and help create a shield for him. So when Black Panther says, get this man a shield, it's sort of a wink because Captain America uses a shield, everybody knows that, but the gauntlets themselves are sort of the weapon and the shield at the same time. So it's just a really cool, efficient use of technology. He doesn't have to carry around a shield and wear the gauntlets. He just has it all right there. But in that Q&A, they sort of stepped around a lot of Thor's new weaponry and his technology. We did learn that this is actually the Space Forge, but I'll have to do a separate video about his new weapon because there's so much stuff that goes into that. But probably the funniest answer that they gave was when they talked about Thanos, about how his motivations are compelling, even though he's completely psychotic. The thing they're probably alluding to is the idea that Marvel movies have had a problem with death, like characters just don't die. People are like, how come there are no stakes? How can there be stakes if characters don't die? When they followed up by saying that characters go through trials, they make sacrifices, and people might not be happy with some of those sacrifices, they're probably talking about characters dying during Infinity War and them addressing that during Avengers 4. Captain America is probably at the top of my list. There was actually an Iron Man video that I was planning on making because Robert Downey Jr. was doing separate interviews talking about his relationship with Cap in the movie, so you can kind of see where they're going with it. Iron Man might put all of that bullshit to rest if he sees Captain America lay down his life. Probably the last big thing is they sort of confirmed that Winter Soldier will get a vibranium arm. Like they said, Wakanda-inspired technology, which basically reads vibranium. So hopefully more characters in Avengers 4 will get some vibranium upgrades. But let me know in the comments, what do you think about all the stuff that the Russos were saying during that Q&A? And if there are any bonus videos that you want me to do in the next couple of days, just let me know in the comments. Right now I'm working on my best of 2017 and most anticipated video for 2018, so I'll post those in the next couple of days. And for this week's Infinity Gauntlet giveaway, I want to try something a little bit different, so just use any of the YouTube tools to share the video. And I'll say congratulations to last week's winner, Alexander. Please private message me so I can get your contact details. Click here for all of Stanley's cameos for his birthday, and click here for that new Black Panther trailer. Thank you so much for watching. Happy New Year, everybody.